Oh my god!
Oh, Sony, baby.
Dude, best one.
Yeah.
Not the best. I think the best games were announced.
Yes.
The most exciting games were announced.
All
Today
exclusives,
mostly.
Yeah.
Most
I can't
every
do-
game they announced was exclusive except 2 games: Destiny and Call of Duty World at War.
But the only thing that was exclusives were like the DLC and like pre-order stuff for those 2 games. And
Right, and you said it's a it's a limited pre-order, right?
Well,
Or,
okay,
sorry,
so
limited exclusive.
First Call of Duty
We're
is
really passionate right now.
limited exclusivity.
like a month or 2 weeks, depending on.
Chris says it's either 2 weeks or a month.
Yeah.
And then for Destiny, there's like there's always been exclusive content for PlayStation, but that's only been that's like 3 months, and then Xbox gets it.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we've been there, we've done that, we've had Icebreaker for like 3 months, Sweet Gun, but now we're moved on to other stuff. So
All right, I know y'all are excited as crap right now, but should we start from the beginning?
yes, we should.
Okay.
Starting off, PlayStation had some weird music, some nice music. Nice music.
Nice,
it was great.
ethnic.
I don't know
cultural.
how it linked into a lot of the other stuff. I think it was just it started off with Uncharted.
Yeah.
That's why, I guess.
I'm super excited for that one.
It's not a DLC.
It technically is a DLC, but they made
It's
the announcement.
available for a standalone.
Exactly.
game. It's called Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and you play as
Chloe Fraser, and if you don't remember her, she was in Uncharted 2. She was actually your love interest for a little bit, but she kind of did you dirty. She's kind of a villain. But I'm excited to see. I don't know whether it's like an origin story or is like what has she been up to. I don't really remember.
My opinion, it is Ellie and her girlfriend.
it doesn't look like a lot like that.
Wow, just because they're females? Wow, dude.
No, because one's white and one's black.
All right, so that's obviously exclusive because it's Uncharted.
That's a must read. I'm super excited.
The next one they talked about was Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry, I always get that
DLC.
wrong. Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, The Frozen Wilds.
People are gonna go crazy.
Another
about
winter
that.
DLC if you're watching the other conferences.
So that game, great game, 4K, gonna look great. Snow this time. It looked like a mountain exploded. Just more story for you guys, definitely. That's that out of the way. Comes a new game.
Holy crap!
That we've seen last E3, and we've seen like pictures and all this other
We
stuff.
saw gameplay.
Yeah, this time we saw gameplay.
No, we saw gameplay last time too.
Yeah, but last time
thought
it was
a
more
little too scripted?
cinematic.
You thought it was a little scripted?
It's always.
Yeah.
So you can.
Last year.
If there's no HUD, then it's usually like cinematic.
But I felt like we were still put into like the perspective enough.
We
it
were,
was
but
that one. I will say it looks a lot like the gameplay we saw today. Yeah,
I think they did that. The first one was just
But
more
let's-
like let's show how many zombies we can put
the
in
game.
Yeah.
The game is called Days Gone, so you guys can look at that. Whatever pictures are out there, it's probably gameplay. It looks really similar.
There's zombie rabid dogs and zombie bears.
Yeah, so there's
Zombie bear.
wildlife turns into zombies. It's not just human beings. I noted that they're like noise zombies, so it's like they have heightened senses. I guess they hear something and boom, like you're getting attacked automatically.
Honestly though, like that I love the zombie genre, and I love when new games take a genre as cliche as zombies and just put it into a new narrative. And like, dude, like the hordes in that game are so intense.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like you saw like a horde walking on a bridge and like it was numbers, right? And then he just runs into another one but has to sneak past and then uses that horde to clear out like a whole camp of people. And they're so fast, dude. Like all those guys were dead.
I think this is probably
most
like
definitely.
equally or more zombies than even
Dead Rising? Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah, but Dead
I mean,
Rising
we have no-
zombies are like stupid and
Yeah.
weak, and these zombies
These
are
are
like
more-
a threat, definitely.
yeah.
Like if there's
They're
3
more
of them,
intelligent.
if there's 3 zombies, I feel like it's a challenge already.
Yeah.
But like a horde, like boom, you're done.
Yeah, the
There's
horde
no
also
way.
it looked really good. Like the way the horde was moving, the zombies looked really good.
You know, what is it? The movie, is it Daisy or what is it?
What,
World War Z.
World War
War
Z.
Z?
Yeah,
That's what it
they're
felt like.
super fast
It
like
felt
that.
like that,
That's what it felt like. Except they weren't like crawling over each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
They weren't that smart.
They're
but
like
yeah.
coordinated, like strong.
yeah.
And then lastly, we saw. This game also is very stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you would ever go guns blazing.
I honestly like
Yeah,
I
think
had a feeling it was Days Gone because the characters
Just the
and
name.
just what was going on. But as soon as I saw like bricks being thrown and like distractions and stuff like that, I was like, this kind of reminds me of The Last of Us.
Yeah,
but...
I had a big Last of Us feel.
Beginning,
You know, you never in Last of Us you never like run around.
Mhm.
It's always like you check what's there first and then you assess the situation because more than likely you're probably dead already.
Yeah.
right.
So. And then lastly, we saw like a giant bear, like covered in barbed wire, and it was just
Flash
zombie.
open and
Yeah,
stuff.
so that's we'll see how that is. Probably like a cutscene thing too.
Right.
Michael's
Anyway.
excited about this next game that we're talking
Oh
about.
my gosh.
That's him
Michael,
carried away.
just go off.
Well,
Just go off.
first of all, the game that I'm so excited about is Monster Hunter World. You guys don't understand. I've been playing Monster Hunter since the first one that came to America on PlayStation 2, just Monster Hunter. And I've been like a fan ever since, just buying all of the consoles that support that Monster Hunter game. I've played it on...
You even played the Japanese one too, right?
Well, right now, the current game that I'm playing is Monster Hunter Online because the graphics are so high def.
Mm-hmm.
So the latest one in America... Or I mean, not in in the West basically
More than me.
is Monster Hunter
DS.
Generations.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the DS, and you know, before that was announced, people were getting hyped about the PS Vita, and I bought the PS Vita thinking that there was going to be a Monster Hunter game on it, and it's going to look so good on that screen. But you know, we all know the PS Vita just died like
was really
instantly.
quick.
Yeah. No PS Vita games were announced.
It was a cool system too.
Yeah, it's a good piece of hardware, but they just left it. But maybe now, maybe we see it.
Hint.
So, Monster Hunter Worlds early 2018. So I'm so excited for that game. There's new graphics, a lot better. If you guys look up Monster Hunter Online, those are the best graphics that we've seen so far. These graphics, 4K, just looks so good. There's new...
Sorry,
What? What?
I was like, don't cancel this one because we were kind of excited about Scalebound. I didn't get the Xbox one or anything. We're excited about that game, but
That got
I swear
canceled.
this game should be.
This
like,
game will come out.
Yeah, this
It
game
has
should
to. For me.
The best part of this trailer, rotisserie meat.
Oh god,
That's in every game.
Sing by the
In every
campfire.
game, it's just like there's a little song, and then depending on the song where it is, you get like well done meat.
Oh, nice.
Really
Oh
good.
my god.
So there's new monsters. We saw like small raptor-like creatures that we haven't seen, or they just have a reskin. Either one, it looks awesome. And
That T-Rex with like the crazy nose. Thing?
yeah, at first I thought it was a Devil Joe, like a really like anorexic, skinny Devil Joe. I'll show you guys a picture of it later.
Giant chicken.
Dude, like during this, I'll show you guys, and I'll crop it in. But basically, the Devil Joe looks like it's a devil, right? It's a gigantic like green T-Rex with a huge jaw, and it like shoots like a laser beam, basically.
What?
Yeah, and it rages, and it's even crazier than that.
Damn.
Did we see
So-
any laser beam monsters in this?
Well, this one, well, in the new trailer.
Yeah, in the trailer.
Well, this one was breathing fire. We saw that, but there's new mechanics in this one. So the grappling is still there. We can climb on the creature this time.
That was cool.
If we environment is definitely a thing to help capture monsters and take them down. We saw a guy.
But to use
get-
to your advantage.
Did you have ghillie suits?
No, we didn't have that either.
There's ghillie
So,
suits.
so
Yeah, there was like it was like stealthy kind
Yeah.
of.
what we saw was when introducing the new monster, he was cloaked basically. Like he had on this this ghillie suit, and it was trying to sniff around. Didn't see him at all, and he was just like crouching. So that's new. We saw him try to mount the monster, and then he gets like whipped off, and then all of a sudden grapple hook straight back on the monster.
Binds him.
Yeah, and the environment binds him. He grapple hooks like a bunch of floating rocks and like rips them down on top of the monster.
Right.
So
What confused me about the trailer was when he saw those raptor-looking things that Michael was talking about.
Mhm.
Is he started throwing like weird smoke bombs that don't really do anything.
they might be like distractions type
distraction
things.
one? Okay.
We saw like a new tracking thing So that makes me think that the world and the maps are way bigger than what we're usually used to seeing. Usually there's like a map in the corner and you run from one zone to another and there's a loading screen in between. But now I'm thinking like it's not an open world, but there's going to be like a huge map to hunt something. Like
Sony
like Evolve almost.
Has Sony always been Monster Hunter?
Sony was Monster Hunter all the way up to Monster Hunter Tri, at least in the West. Once Tri came out, that they moved to Nintendo, and now I guess they're back because they have finally understood the attraction to hack and slash games on, good looking console games.
And apparently it's back better than ever.
And I haven't heard anything about this game, even in like for Japan and stuff.
Yeah, nothing really came out.
Japan usually has the Monster Hunter game first for like 3 years.
Leaked.
Like seriously. There's been like Xbox games like Monster Hunter Frontier that's not even out in the West. So this is like 4K. Again, 4K is gonna be so good.
All right,
Exclusive.
I know you love this game. We don't want to beat a dead horse here.
I'm sorry, but this game, it's great. All right, next, moving on.
It does look great though, like for real.
Shadow Colossus.
Shadow Colossus.
Is this
a comeback again?
It's comeback. It's like a new Shadow Colossus.
The last Shadow of Colossus was on PlayStation 3. I'm pretty sure.
So it's like a remastered. It
looks like a remastered to me. I don't know if it's a remastered or not.
The monster looks the same from the videos I watched on YouTube.
There are old Colossus. He's still killing them. It looks 4K. It didn't say like Shadow of the Colossus 2 or like Shadow Colossus like subtitle and then nothing. So it might be a remaster. I don't know.
It looks
whatever it is.
Dude, I've never played Shadow of Colossus, and I was honestly overwhelmed, like in the best way possible when I watched that trailer.
You're like this tiny guy against this huge giant.
Well, there's such a contrast that it has to be done for that reason.
The way you take them down is like you have to like climb them and get to their head and like stab them.
Yeah, wherever that little symbol is on their body.
And they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's huge.
That's sweet.
Like Dante or what is it? Devil May Cry, like huge.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing too much to talk about. They just did the trailer. It looked like a remastered trailer.
Yeah, so mostly cinematics.
Coming.
There was some gameplay.
2018. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
2018. We don't know if it's early or late.
Now that you said remaster, I just remembered one thing that Sony also didn't show. But we'll talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk about that at the end. Next game already announced, but oh, you know what? I should be downloading this. But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Coming September 19th. There are characters revealed. There's a stage for Monster Hunter in there. And you can have a story demo out right now.
Yo, the story actually looks more in-depth.
There's definitely
than it ever has been.
I don't think there's really been a story.
Yeah,
so this is one of the first ones.
Well, the main bad guy is Ultron, but he's supposed to be mixed with another
Ultron
character.
and Mega Man's arch rival.
And your assistance is from Thanos. He helps you defeat.
Yeah. So the characters that we've seen now that are in the game, Gamora. That's the first one. She's apparently partners with Strider. We saw Rocket.
Dude, I play Rocket. I love Rocket.
And we saw Thanos.
Marvel.
We saw Zero from Mega Man.
Miss Marvel.
We saw Black Panther.
Nova.
Wait, did you?
Yeah, Black Panther was in the Monster Hunter.
The big cape.
I'm guessing Wonder Woman has always been in.
Wonder Woman's DC, man.
Oh boy. Get out of here. Miss Marvel.
Dude, I'm sorry about that. Don't roast me.
Go on him!
Alright. We also saw Dante. Dante is in there.
Nova.
Main.
Nova, I've seen Dante in there.
And then Hawkeye.
Dante has been in there because he's Capcom.
Okay, yeah.
And since Monster Hunter is coming back to like, it's there. So yeah.
And then Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was there too.
We saw Mega Man. Other characters. Yeah, we saw Mega Man.
We saw Ryu and the Hulk before and that stuff.
Yeah. We don't know who else is new to the game. So.
I think we saw Watcher, but I'm not sure if he's going to be a character. I think he's
one of the blue guys, one of the Watchers.
Yeah, but he's probably just going to be like a side character in the story.
That should be coming soon, September 18th.
September 19th.
Oh, 19th.
Yeah, this year.
Type that.
This year.
Yeah.
So 2 months, guys, and you can fight me.
And you can download the demo right now, or
the
story demo.
The story demo right now. So go out and do that. I'm doing that right after this.
Next we got a plethora of
VR games. Yeah.
Oh wait, we have Call of Duty.
Well,
Oh, wait.
Well, we talked
Call
about
of Duty, we talked about it. That one's coming out November
It's a
3rd.
World War II game?
You guys know that. We saw gameplay. Looks good.
Finally back to its like World at War roots.
Yeah.
World at War roots. We'll see.
My bad.
You know that nice sound when the rifle unloads its gun.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be great. Bunch of VR games. In one of our other videos, we talked about Skyrim VR, and we were upset because it was only going to be for HTC Vive.
They finally made the announcement.
They announced that it is going to be on the PS VR with motion control support. You guys will be able to shield and cast spells, everything. It's going to be great. Yeah, and then just moving around. That's
A couple of platformers. One was Star Child.
Star Child.
Sci-fi.
So this one, it kind of, platformers are really nice in VR. I've played, some of the PlayStation Room, that platformer game. That one's fun. This one looks like a single player, like just one way.
Yeah, like
type of
stage
thing.
to stage.
Yeah.
The other one looked better. We'll come to that soon.
So Star Child, I think, is about this girl, and it's in the future, and there wasn't much. There was like some boss fights, type of thing.
But it just seemed honestly just seemed like a pretty chill game, honestly.
So that looks good.
The
No release date for that. The
Impatient.
next game we're talking about is Impatient.
Supermassive Games.
Horror
it
title.
looked like a horror title, almost similar to.
I almost thought it was Outlast.
The Outlast,
Yeah.
It looked a lot like Outlast.
But yeah, it looks cool. I mean, there wasn't really much.
Nothing else on that game really. No release date or anything.
Just his cutscene trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next game that we're seeing in September, or an add-on for it, is Final Fantasy 14 VR. 15,
Monster
sorry.
of the Deep.
Monster of the Deep. So in this one, I think it's just fishing.
Which is really funny.
It's just fishing, but I mean, we've been waiting. They announced VR a long time ago, and when I bought the game, I was like, "Where's the VR stuff?" So I haven't seen it until now. So Noxus, if you enjoy fishing, I know one of our friends, DJ, really enjoys fishing in that game. I think that's all she does. Oh yeah, the super pose. Also pose. Yeah, you fish. You have the reel, everything. You see monsters in there. The fishing is really fun in that game. Do you have Final Fantasy 15?
No, I've look. This is the last Final Fantasy game I bought was 13, the one with lightning. Is that 13? I've always been one of like the classic. I love the classics.
Cloud.
Like Final Fantasy, and this isn't even like a classic, but Final Fantasy 10, one of my favorite games of all time. Tidus, Waka, Lulu. I love them. Anyway.
So this VR, the DLC game, or the DLC that's being released for Final Fantasy wasn't the DLC I was looking for. I was looking for more like comrades,
multiplayer, right?
But it's not like I didn't want to hear anything about like the other episodes, like the Gladius DLC that's out. I didn't want to hear about the other characters really. But it's still cool that they have a DLC that we didn't hear about.
I want to hear about the 4-player.
Yeah, I still really do.
I cannot even picture what Final Fantasy is like online. Like they've never done that before.
No, they have.
They have.
Yeah,
Realm Reborn.
Final Fantasy Online
And Realm Reborn.
Those they're okay, but the thing is like those are like RuneScape like subscription. You get stuff. It doesn't have a feeling.
I don't
to
mean
it.
like the MMOs. I mean like the real Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Games.
So this is going to be like Ghost Recon. Like you guys can move around and like fight stuff like that. I've been waiting for games like that for a while, especially from Final Fantasy.
The next game is called Bravo Team. It's actually the first, I think,
the first
VR
competitive shooter.
Yeah,
I think
team
for
shooter.
PlayStation VR. There are other games that have done this before, like Pavlov. And this one is similar to like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Pavlov is a.
No, are you sure this one was a team shooter? It looked like a story mode. We were watching a story mode.
Well, they showed different point of views.
Did they?
VR players,
I think it was like a like a competitive shooter.
Oh, I thought we were seeing a story mode trailer and they were just showing different shots of whatever.
So you guys can see that game. They don't have a release date for it. It's definitely for VR exclusive because Xbox doesn't have VR yet. We'll see. But if you want to see what gameplay might look like, go look up like Node's Pavlov gameplay. Those guys do it well. But yeah, that's it about Bravo Team.
This last one was really cool.
The last VR game was called Moss. It's about a little mouse who has a sword and a giant masked friend. So, this game looks like a co-op game, pretty much.
Yeah, to be honest.
Are you sure it looks co-op?
I think it looks
think
co-op
one
because
person has the VR.
one person has the VR, other person controls a mouse.
Really? I thought the bonus of it being VR was that the switch from different perspectives like really make a difference. I didn't think it was a clear game.
In the VR playroom, it's they have one that's similar.
That's how they did it.
Yeah, it's a platformer. The guy with the headset likes to move things for the actual character, and there's two different perspectives. The guy with the mask on sees like not top down, but like he sees where the character's going, the whole thing. Yeah. Whereas the person who has the control or who's controlling like the mouse will see everything on the screen.
Right. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the mouse is probably a controller, and then the motion controller. I think it was that glowing hand.
Yeah. Yeah. You could like.
It looked
probably
pretty.
grab stuff.
That's probably what it was.
I'm thinking it's gonna be like heavy puzzle based, like teamwork type of thing.
I could definitely see
like,
puzzle based.
Like the mouse would have to run up this thing, and the person in the headset opens a door, and you run through it. Maybe they can like carry each other or something like that. That would be cool.
Possibly.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Environment, moves, stuff like that.
That's all for the VR.
But that's
basically.
that's all the VR stuff.
But
big
next
announcement.
Game.
Big announcement. This is Jeremy's game.
I yelled and I pressed the exclamation point button 10 times when I was like taking notes.
Oh
God of War. God of War. You want me to just
early 2018 release. Have you guys haven't seen the Xbox game Rise, right?
No.
So Rise has this. They did this new thing where, because it was a new console, they wanted things to feel a lot more cinematic, which is what I think God of War is trying to do. Where when you kill somebody, it goes into like not a slow-mo, but like a cinematic. It zooms in, goes into cinematic, and just you can see all the blood and gore. And everything.
That Roman Sparring game?
Yeah, that game.
That's why.
Mm-hmm. So it had that type of feel. But new weapons as always in God of War. We saw a shield this time.
I think his weapon this time, like he doesn't use the chains or whatever the double.
Definitely
he has the one big axe.
But we did see a Easter egg type of thing on a little Hercules face, where he does have the chains.
Right.
I think he has the Athena shield too that popped in and out from his wrist.
Yeah, we saw that. I don't think he had the axe when that happened, so I think what we saw, he throws the axe and it doesn't come back.
Well, no, it's very responsive. It does come back.
No. Later, when his
during that cutscene,
at the beginning when he's like rowing the boat, his son says, "Are you gonna do it?" Right, and he throws the axe, and it goes into the distance, and he tries to call it back, and it doesn't. And then later on, the world serpent hands it back to him. Right.
Exactly. That was what the point of that was.
So I'm thinking there's gonna be parts of the game where he loses the axe at some point. So that's where we saw like the Athena shield. He just bashes somebody.
Yeah. I think the sun's like basically a companion on your back the whole time.
From last year when they premiered this at E3, I thought the sun went missing and you had to like. I thought that was the point of it. But
no, he was there.
No, he was there the whole time.
Like he was like went missing for like 2 seconds, and then he came back to save him.
Oh.
Yeah, the sun. Maybe it might be co-op, but
no,
probably
no
not.
Way.
Probably not. Yeah. They have had co-op like multiplayer. They've done that, but it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to like put another person in that companion spot.
Right.
But even then, like
I
wouldn't mind
that.
Yeah, I don't know. The sun looks pretty funny though. We saw him on the back of some guy, and Kratos like just uppercuts the guy, and he does like 2 somersaults, and the kid's on the back.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
dude. But this is just like this is going to be a God of War game we've never seen.
It's going to be so much story.
It's very story driven, very cinematic.
Emotionally,
it's not as like quick and crazy as like the originals were.
The
Imagine
originals
Logan,
were more
the movie.
Yeah, right. the originals were more like action packed, like
Yeah.
you know, just
Hack and slash
all
kinda.
about like manly like guy stuff. This one,
This very
this
much.
one's gonna get you in your feels, man.
Yeah, it's very much going in the direction that a lot of Sony games are going into.
I think Kratos, sorry,
Kratos.
Kratos is gonna probably get his like humanity back. You know, he's been killing all these
So it
things,
seems
and
like-
he's trying to teach his son like you don't trust anyone, you
mercy,
kill everything,
like,
no
yeah.
mercy, and then the son's like, no, like we have
What
to like.
mom said.
Mom said like if somebody's offering help, you take it.
Yeah, there's like another female like side character. She was like, you have to be his father.
Yeah, he's like the son's like in a bed and he looks like he's sick or something, and there's another female character that says this child needs his father, basically.
That's
So-
And there's the
you.
son's crying and all this stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be really
To
emotional.
wrap up, story seems refreshing. Mechanics seem bomb with the new axe and everything. It's just like this is a huge anticipation.
Gameplay
man.
looks great, 4K definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
So,
and we definitely know that this was it looked a lot more gameplay-esque, not cinematic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys. I'm playing this game.
The next game looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
This
looks
is another
very
PlayStation
innovative.
exclusive.
Detroit Being Human. Last year was a completely
Become
different.
human. Become
Oh,
human.
Become
Yeah.
Human. It was a completely different like kind of feel. Like you were playing as the
I thought,
the
yeah,
android
I
and
thought
as
this
a good
was. I thought this was gonna be like a detective type game where.
That's how they showed it. Yeah.
Yeah, where like they wanted to say like you control the situation, right? And it was like some android I think was gonna kill someone,
Right.
and it was another android like talking him down, and then showing that there were like different ways of going throughout that.
Right.
But now they changed it where it's like a revolution type of
Holy
thing.
crap!
With
It's
that,
a,
go ahead.
it's a revolution, but with the choices being made, you are directly impacting that revolution.
The whole story, yeah.
It seemed like a thriller to me. Like it was intense.
Like I got a lot of feelings from like first it was like Telltale's like choices where like you make a choice, but then it had impact of like Undertale. Like you can do a whole pacifist run or a whole genocide run, something like that.
It was like,
Right.
oh, you can kiss over here, you can just hide over there, or
Right.
like, make a shootout.
Right.
Yeah. And like the thing was in the last year's trailer, they had the same character got this same android in the trailer, if you guys didn't remember. And he was like the good one in being the detective.
I don't think it was the same android.
It seemed like it. Well, I guess I'm wrong, but it looked the same to me. But then the main character of this trailer, the two characters were like revolutionary.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
came
like,
out of like the sewers. They
Yeah.
don't have this little
circle.
the little
android thing.
circle icon thing that the other androids have. But you know, maybe they're not androids.
They
All we-
infected the other android.
all we know
They
is
do.
that
We've seen all the other androids have that little ring.
all we know is that for some reason, all of these robots, androids, beings, whatever they are, they finally realize that they have the power to make their own decisions,
Yeah.
and blank is going down, man. So
It's crazy.
it was pretty wild.
The gameplay looks a little bit like Watch Dogs. You know, you can affect
I was totally thinking that.
Yeah.
it's not like Life is Strange where like, you know, you look around at stuff or like
They'll give
Tales
you
where
options.
No, it's more of like action.
you run around, you can
action-based
climb things.
Decisions.
Yeah, you can climb things. You can influence how you go about situations.
it's all
like,
choice-based,
do you go
basically.
in or do you like set off the security? Do you turn off the security first or something like that? You hack stuff. That's
Just
looks
every
pretty
choice changes your
Yeah,
outcome.
what I think Michael meant was that I don't think during this game we're gonna be going around looking at pictures and messages
good. Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
definitely.
So
Definitely. It's more action
Mhm.
than that. Destiny 2, you know that stuff. It just they just want to make it clear.
I think
PlayStation,
the character they showed the main bad guy.
main bad guy,
sounds like Darth
yeah.
Vader
Yeah,
after
yeah,
talking
I
gas.
said a white Darth Vader.
The announcements were basically again like just they wanted to announce again that it's going to be exclusive. Like there's going to be exclusive maps, exotics, PvP maps, a whole strike called
I
what is
don't
it?
remember it.
You have it?
I
It was like
Cross out.
I crossed it out because we've heard it before.
have a question, and this is not just because I don't like Destiny. which is true. I do not like Destiny.
Yeah.
Let me just make it clear. I do not like Destiny. Okay. Anyway, to my question. Did you guys think the graphics looked the same?
The same. I think so.
No, I thought it looked a little better.
I honestly thought it looked the same.
I think.
But Destiny's graphics aren't that bad.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
I know. I didn't say they're bad. I'm just saying they look the same.
I think it's 4K now.
You
Definitely.
sure?
Yeah, because they have that
Yeah,
accessibility.
they talked about it in the specs for the game, and it was every console is supposed to be 30 FPS.
But the
60.
only thing is like it's gonna be 30. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 years.
Yeah.
30
Why?
FPS.
Why?
Just
it
because
can
the PlayStation can't handle it.
Can't handle the upgraded graphics, so it's 4K is PC, just PC.
It's 4K. No, the PlayStation Pro will play it in 4K, but it's gonna be in 30.
Do they really?
30 frames.
Oh yeah.
30, they announced that
frames.
stuff. They specifically told everyone, but on PC it's going to be 60 frames.
Yeah, we're watching the live stream for the game announcement stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lastly,
September 6th for that game.
right.
Yeah, September 6th. That's coming out this year.
Crazy exclusive next.
They ended off really big.
Spider-Man.
Definitely.
Spider-Man.
I
I
think
was
they could
really
have
excited
ended
about
bigger.
this
They
game.
could have ended bigger.
Nah, I think.
okay, we'll get
talk
to that.
about that
but-
after.
I
Okay.
really like Spider-Man.
I'm
Honestly,
about to get really
like-
passionate.
So
at the end of
first
this.
off, the good things about Spider-Man that we saw. What do you guys think?
Well,
the graphics were amazing.
Yes.
First of all,
I think the gameplay, they added so much stuff from the movie. If you've
And-
really seen the
Oh,
trailers
like
for
the
that.
eyes.
Yeah, the eyes and the multiple web combos. Like in the
Yes.
trailer, there was a web grenade, and he used a web grenade on
there was
Yeah.
definitely a lot more. Either it was stealth or not. There was a lot more web-based like
Interactions.
attacks to do.
Yeah.
Did it look a little gray to you guys?
No, I didn't think so.
I thought I didn't think it looked as vibrant as the last trailer.
Yeah, it looked
It
more.
looked a little gray. Maybe it's because they were in like a construction site,
Maybe.
so it's
Yeah.
more gray.
So-
But even then, his suit kind of looked not like
The
deep
same.
red.
Yeah, it looked different.
It looked kind of
I could see that.
palish.
Yeah, it looked more like really bright or less saturation.
I think it's still
Bump
looked
up that contrast.
Yeah,
comic
exactly.
booky. Is comic booky a way to put it?
No, they all look comic booky.
Sorry, I know it doesn't make any
comic
sense.
booky, but I mean, I think the colors could have looked a little bit more vibrant. Maybe it was just screen, but
The only real negative that I could come up with was that I really hope, and I've played a couple of Spider-Man games. I don't think they do it that much, but I hope they don't abuse that slow-mo. I honestly hope they don't abuse it.
they do.
Do they?
I guess it was
Not
a
for
little-
every
I've
takedown.
I've played other
but
Spider-Man games. They
if-
didn't usually
if
do that
you're-
much.
If you're ending a fight, it's usually in slow mo.
Yeah,
But even like every single dodge was like slow-mo. Like,
Oh no, those are action scenes. Those are like so we saw action scenes where like you have to press a button at a certain time.
like
So
count.
quick action.
Yeah, quick action scenes.
I don't know if I liked it though.
They're
liked it.
mostly for cinematic.
Well, I know. I get that. I just hope they don't abuse it. Is what,
But-
that's what I'm saying.
They will have boss fights, so that's gonna be
I like
nice.
the feel of that because I feel like in the motion you didn't have to keep running around. Like in other games I played, Spider-Man games, you just run around and then shoot webs. This is just like you have to shoot webs. That's the main point of Spider-Man.
Yo, though,
Um,
is it me or did the hand-to-hand combat look so much better?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
It
a lot
almost
better,
reminded
lot
me
better.
of the Batman games a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did. Definitely. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it does look like the Batman combat.
Very quick, easy
I-
to slide from
I
person
was-
to person.
Yeah, I
and
was
it-
gonna say it looked like Shadow of War, but yeah, Batman definitely.
a lot
more
of
Batman.
environmental interactions too. They highlight a lot
Yeah.
of pieces.
Yes, yeah.
We saw a guy. We saw Spider-Man shoot a web at a support beam, and he pulls it and knocks 3 people down. and
Right.
That was great. Fisk is in the game. We saw.
Demons. I don't know. I don't remember them. From
We
the
see.
comics
We
so
see.
much,
I guess a clan. Like it looked like a triad game.
yeah.
Called the Demons. I don't know who they are, but
There's also-
apparently Spider-Man's trying to figure that
There's
out.
also included stealth combat. In the beginning of the trailer, it was more stealth, and then he was like, "Nah, let's go." in
Dude,
and
that
out."
entire ending sequence where he's like climbing things and like running up things
Oh,
that
yeah,
are
there's-
falling and all that. It's like,
Transitions like in past Spider-Man games, you would if you're swinging through the city, what he would do is he would spin a web and pull, and then you would crash into a building, but it would be like GTA like lag
just
where
mhm.
you hold it there and you slide. So now if that happens, they have like a transition where he like starts running across the building, jumps off, and then you spin another web.
Mhm.
Or if like you're trying to climb up the building, he was like pulled himself, started running up, and then does a flip,
Yeah,
like that.
because in Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2 on Xbox, he literally just swings against the building just like this, and you can just swing back and forth
Yeah,
again.
it's literally just.
Yeah, against the building, not doing nothing.
Oh.
You can wall run in that game too, but it wasn't as nice as what we just
No,
saw.
you're fine. I like them.
Um,
But yeah, they just throw a lot of obstacles. It seemed like they were just throwing a lot of obstacles in your way and just forcing you to have these new experiences, have to dodge this, have to run up that. Like it's crazy.
Well, I don't. They'll probably do that for more like Bosk-esque, like
Right,
trying
no,
to find
yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
story based things.
Right.
Black Spider-Man,
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Miles Morales was in there. Sneak peek.
The last thing that we saw
Yeah.
was a black kid, looking at the fallen helicopter between the two buildings,
With
And
webs
and
all over
some
it.
some guys like, Miles, let's go, and
Yeah.
he turns around and like it's definitely Miles Morales.
I vote for Glover instead.
I vote
Oh,
for Clover instead.
what does
But-
that mean though? What does Miles Morales mean?
So Miles
Alternate
Morales
universe,
is an
basically.
alternate universe Spider-Man where Peter Parker dies.
Yeah.
So I think
and he
that
gets the powers.
I think Peter
Whoa.
Parker may die in
it's
this,
a possibility. It makes
which
makes sense.
I'm not.
I'm not excited. For it.
I'm not like sad that he's gonna die
I
Why?
don't want it.
because I love Miles Morales.
Yeah, I mean he
I
is
just
really cool
love
though.
the Black Spider-Man. It's just great.
They should have had Donald Glover voice
Yo,
him. though.
Logic knew it all.
Oh,
man.
but the voice actor for Spider-Man, I think it's the character that plays Ben 10.
Yeah,
yeah, it's.
guy.
I think
noted
I'm
that.
pretty sure it's James Arnold Taylor because I'm pretty sure it was the same guy.
He's in
from
a
Final
lot
Fantasy,
of
he's in a lot of
animes
stuff.
and English
He's in
stuff.
Clone Wars, like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
So that game is going to be coming out 2018.
Yeah, no specific date yet.
Yeah,
Closer,
no
please.
specific date. I think that does it for PlayStation.
Yeah.
It was a great event. It was a great conference.
Yeah, it was great.
Only things that were non-satisfied with is there was no announcement for Kingdom Hearts,
Nope.
Oh yeah.
no Last of Us 2.
No Last of Us 2.
No.
And then you said
Naughty
you had another
Dog.
one?
Come on.
You had
Naughty
ano-
Dog.
You had another one?
Yeah, another one.
Okay, let me just contain myself. Okay.
Well, Naughty Dog came out with Days
Okay.
Gone.
Yeah.
So-
What? No. Well, Naughty Dog was.
Oh, Uncharted. My bad.
But Last of Us though, like, okay. But the last thing when you said remastered, I had just remembered there was no Final Fantasy VII remastered update.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
You're
what's coming
right.
soon, isn't it?
Which I've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, if you didn't hear about,
They announced that last year.
It's not one whole disc. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be in episodes, I guess, because it's too big of a game and it's really high def.
Yeah. All I know that. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have one more thing, and these guys are probably just gonna be like, "Dude, screw you, man. What are you talking about?" But the only other thing that I like, okay, Sony and Xbox are obviously just trying to throw out as much content as they can because they're always battling each other. They're always just trying to like keep the grind rolling on the video games. What I loved about something like Ubisoft is that we had so many creators who were able to come in and speak on behalf of their content, and that made me more excited. That's why Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft is still my favorite conference.
PlayStation.
Sorry,
we
go
didn't
ahead.
hear.
I wasn't laughing at you.
There was like
Yes, you
no
were, but
talking
no, it
at all. Really, it was like, oh, here's a game, and then right after that, screen goes black, another game. Like screen goes black, another game. That was pretty much it. We didn't hear anything about like what they're trying to do with the games or stuff like that.
Like Monster Hunter, wouldn't you have loved a
I would've-
representative
yeah.
to come?
I would have, yes. I would have loved to hear
They
from.
did that a lot in EA.
If all these
Yeah,
crazy
they did.
Europeans can come and talk about Ubisoft, they can get at least one person to come talk about a Sony game, man.
Yo, the EA,
So-
the Ubisoft conference earlier this morning, when we were doing the montage at the end of the montage, I laughed because my coworker was like, they did a 3D model of their new logo, and it was a turd. And then they highlighted it in the freaking live stream. It was so funny.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah, if you
didn't
look
see
at
it.
it,
We'll see it.
it was hilarious.
But anyway, I think we can arguably agree that Sony had some of the best games we've seen.
Exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, exclusives.
Definitely exclusive.
But I still have to. Okay, let's call it. I'm gonna call it right now. Ubisoft was my favorite. Would you say Sony was yours?
For the games, yes, but Ubisoft really did have like the show.
I sold him. I sold him right here, man.
The show was great for Ubisoft.
I didn't watch Ubisoft that much. I only watched the highlight because I had to put it.
Sony's was more like a theater type, just sit back, relax, watch.
Well, I think a lot of people wanted to see a lot of their exclusives. So, I mean, I think showing their point of view of the size of the conference, Ubisoft, I think, and Sony had a big conference room.
We had a lot to talk about Xbox, but
what, now you think about it, you don't think you appreciate it as much?
No, we had a lot to talk about Xbox, but that's because like Xbox had to prove something for themselves. Like they had to prove like it's not just it's about the games again, you know. So Sony didn't have to do that. They're like, we got games. We got
having games.
Like we have the new equipment. We have this stuff. We have 4K already. We've already announced it.
And I'm gonna say this as a true devoted PS4 gamer. Xbox is killing it with the graphics right now. Like PlayStation graphics
Xbox is killing it with the hardware.
Well, hardware, yes, hardware. And the PS4 graphics are like they're pretty great. But
they've always been really good. But, I mean, with Last of Us, seeing that game, I was like, this is a next gen game.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Matthew were actually talking about the specs for the Xbox, and he was talking about the graphics card or whatever the new spec was.
The Project Scorpio.
I think it would still. Me and him like agreed that it would be like 30 FPS because he was looking at the specs.
Still think it's still gonna be 30?
Yeah. I'm not criticizing.
Why
if I'm wrong,
I'm
wrong, I'm wrong.
Did they announce something with 60? I think
they said they were gonna say they said 60 and 60 or more, but then he said the graphics card, the type of graphic card in Scorpio, wasn't gonna be like the craziest. But
we'll see.
I might be wrong. Criticize me if you want. I'm not really a
You never
PC
really know because Xbox is really trying their hardest to hype up this 4K, man.
I think it's good that they're trying to.
Like rebrand themselves.
Yeah, I can be wrong. So.
Well, not rebrand themselves, but they're trying to keep it cost efficient.
Okay,
it's $500. We're trying to get you like 4.
He saw that cost. He was like, a good average one would be $500.
Yeah,
we can probably do a $500 build for like those games.
Okay,
but I mean, Morgan got a $1,000 computer and like it runs great.
Yeah.
I know Michael's probably sick of me saying this, but I have a question. Do you remember how much his VR cost? Was it 500? Was it 3?
It was
3 or 4.
I thought it was 5.
No.
Really?
I remember not being 500.
Oh, okay. Because when they said that the new Xbox was 500,
we have a video on it. You guys can see that.
Anyway, so
Zen moments.
To conclude on Sony, I mean, are you guys looking forward to anything about Nintendo?
I just want to see what they're doing. Honestly, I'm pretty.
For Nintendo, I think Pokemon is announced. Pokken Tournament. I want to hear more about that.
So, talk about Punch. The game just came out.
What's Punch?
Arms.
What's Arms?
Arms is the new Nintendo Switch.
It's like
stuff.
Exo hands, and then
there's probably gonna be so much Nintendo Switch stuff.
Maybe they already have a Zelda game. Maybe a new Mario Kart game would be great.
Hopefully, more co-op like controller games.
Maybe a new IP. Maybe a new IP from Nintendo. What do you think,
dude? That's so hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Upgraded battery.
They're so like traditional. Like they've had Mario, Zelda, Kirby, all those guys. They're always coming out with new games for them. So why would they use a new IP?
Because they made Splatoon and now it's time for something new.
That's true.
Upgraded battery,
but maybe another Splatoon.
I don't know. I'm honestly Oh no, Splatoon 2
on
is
Switch.
Well, Splatoon 2 is actually already announced. I actually believe, yeah. But I don't think that's for the Switch though.
Why wouldn't it be though? And then playing Splatoon 2 on a Switch like anywhere.
Maybe that would
for
make the
4
game
players
almost honestly better.
Well, that's a small ass.
Maybe just
like
really
the
way
screen.
I don't know.
It's a small screen. It's almost this is pretty much the
Switch.
The Switch, yeah, basically. This is a little bigger than the Switch. I think it's like
a bit smaller, like
right there.
It's an iPad Mini.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can catch that Nintendo talk on tomorrow's stream for Nintendo.
All right, so
check that schedule on Instagram.
Put
your comments, everything else down below.
Tell us what you're excited for. If you're gonna play Monster Hunter, if you're gonna play Destiny or Spider-Man or any of those, If you think you can crush us in Marvel vs. Capcom, probably not. But
Tell us.
Tell us. All right, like, subscribe. Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.